everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Christmas in May. It's a monthly hop where on the 25th of each month we dig into our Christmas supplies and scrap Christmas. So I've got this photo that I just ran across of it was Barrett's first Christmas. Katie was about 2.5, and she was in a preschool program, and she had really gotten into coloring, and so all she cared about was coloring. We have this glass coffee table. I still have it. I'm still using it now, and John and I made it. Copied the design from one that we saw in Europe. This chair was Scout's chair, and Katie appropriated it for the whole visit. And so she's sitting in Scout's chair, coloring on our coffee table with all of the Christmas decorations around. We even had candles. We didn't use our fireplace, but we put candles in it. It was Houston. It never got cold enough to use it. So I don't know. I just love this photo. It kind of shows her curly hair and her artistic flair even back then. So I have distressed the edges and matted it in black, and I have assembled a whole bunch of Pretty Little Studio die cuts. I forget what the collection name is. 'Tis the Season. Of course, there it is. It says 'Tis the Season. But these are label die cuts, and then these are vintage penguin die cuts. And of course, I got those because of John and Patrice. I have this large one that I actually had put on a gift bag, and with that collection also came these bracket pieces, and then like I said, I have these little label die cuts, so it may use, and I've kind of separated out some of the small ones. I have a stencil here that is let's see, it is a Delusions by Diane Reevely, and I've never used it. It was stored with my Christmas supplies rather than with my stencils, so I'm going to try to use that. My idea is to have a relatively small square of the white paper that I will stencil on and put the photo on, and then I'll have this backing, either this pretty green and white or green and black plaid, forest plaid it's called, I guess, or this one. And I'm thinking that this one would make the better frame. This one I'd have to kind of really carefully place this on there. Either one would be nice. Let me see which one goes better with the greens that are in the collection. I'm going to say this one. It's just, I think, going to be easier to use. So let me get the trimming done. This paper is, I'll tell you in a minute as soon as I cut the branding strip off. I know that it came in a Mind the Scrap kit. Most of my Christmas supplies came in Mind the Scrap kits. I hardly ever bought Christmas stuff. I did make an exception for this Pretty Little Studio stuff from a few years back. It's Pebbles' Merry Little Christmas. Okay, and now I'm going to take a chance and kind of just start tearing and kind of go around. This paper tears with a really wide tear margin, I guess you would call it. Okay, so it is what it is. And this will go in there. And that's kind of what I was looking for. My idea is that I'll have the photo and one of these big brackets. I was thinking the red one. Here. And then I'm going to try to tuck these little pieces of ephemera in behind there. So what I want to do is give it a foam backing so that I can peel it up and tear around it, or peel it up and tuck things in. Not tearing anymore. Okay. All right. And that gives me that kind of random torn sort of look that I was going for. Let me get the photo on here, and I want some foam on it. Okay. Put that right there. And then this guy was going to go here, and I was going to have "'Tis the Season" bridging across. I was going to put this guy here. So that was kind of my idea for this. Before I go much farther, in fact, I'm going to actually peel this off. I'm going to do my stenciling. And I kind of don't know. I'm thinking it's meant for an all-over pattern, I think. But I want to do just some bits here and there. And I'm using 2 colors of green. This mowed lawn will be, well, actually, let me do the peel paint first. And I'm going to do the berries red. I'm going to maybe move this over. I'm going to have a hard time getting that back on the... I'm hoping it'll look like an abstract sort of background. And now I have to get it back here to get the berries in the right place, or to get the other green that I'm going to add in. And I'm going to go with the mowed lawn to kind of bring the green a little closer to the green of the background. Although this green is in some of the die cuts. So there, and get it kind of brush across there and there. And some of this will look like shadowing because the stencil is a little bit offset, and that's okay. That's kind of part of the plan there. Okay. And so I'm getting a little more dimension in the look of the leaves. So let me get there. I'm not as experienced with these applicators as I am with the brushes, for example. And I'm not sure that I like while I have that place there, I'm going to go ahead and do the red berries on this one. I'm not sure that I like the lack of control with these applicators. It's much stronger, much more vivid, let's say. Okay, that's done. I may sprinkle some either enamel dots or small ephemera around in there. We'll see what it seems like I need. I'm going to move this up a little bit to get closer to this. I didn't bring that down far enough, or as far as I thought. And I'm going to do, actually, I want this on foam as well, because I need to bridge with that title. And it needs to be the same height, needs to be lifted up just as high. Okay, let me get that there. And I'm going to put some glue on here. It's sticky now, but I don't see that lasting. Okay. And I'm going to bring this guy here so there's plenty of room for the title to stretch across. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on each side of the title. And I'm not going to add any foam under it. Okay, so there. I may let's stencil. A couple leaves that actually are in the shape of leaves. And I'll use the other color. Actually, let's just do the red. And I'm just kind of placing these without regard to where the leaves are, just to make it look like it's an all-over pattern. And in fact, I'm going to add some berries there. and maybe over here. Okay, I think I'm done now with the stencil. And let's start playing with the oops, I need to get these placed somewhere else because I seem to be encroaching on their space. Okay. There. Now, just as an example, I kind of like this guy, but it is too big for me to use. It would have been perfect. Well, it might be perfect right there. How about if let's just kind of see what we got here. I've got some smaller ones and some larger ones. Let's do, for example, let's say we have this guy right here. And that's our start. Okay, that's kind of what the look I want, is that they're sort of peeking out. This one is also kind of needs to come out from that side. It's kind of peeking out. Let me do what I'm going to call this is going to take a minute, I think. I don't want to put critters next to critters. I'll do a package down next, and now I'll do the little polar bear. And I don't think I have packages to go in between each of them, but oh, come on. I never knew how important fingernails were to scrapbooking. I'll go like this, and I have this one that is facing right, so I'm going to go ahead and put it here. That's kind of cute. Okay, I'm going to start putting a couple things up at the top. Here is a little bunny rabbit. I'm going to put some tape on his ears. And I don't have to fill every space, I suppose. I'm going to do this. There we go. And I'm not sure what I'm going to put right here, other than I guess I could do something like this little guy, where he kind of somewhat overlaps the page. Let me tear this right there, and I can have him maybe like that. I hadn't thought of that. Let me get this over here so that will go there. And let's see, what else are we working with here? I have another kind of frosty penguin that's kind of coming this way. So I'm going to go ahead and put him down. This is the kind of why I like scrapping Christmas about kids, is that you can do fun things like this that maybe you wouldn't do on a more serious page. I'm going to take this off the page and maybe do something like I don't really. I'm going to do some more tearing and folding back for this. I'm not sure what I'll put right there, but it kind of seems like it needs something. Let's do that. And I just hate not using this, but I'm gonna kind of put it aside. Let's see. Here's another box with a penguin coming out of it, but it's kind of close. I may leave this open until you get right here, and maybe I'll put this penguin right there. Because we've got that character there. I'm going to have this guy kind of in a little scenario with the bear. Let's see. I have this stocking with an orange and and some holly berries. I could make something of a little, how about the crisscross candy canes right here, or there we go. I'm happy with that. And I will put, I'm going to go back and maybe do something else to these leaves. I'm not happy with those completely. Okay. This is not cooperating. There we go. I could add some, I have some little epoxy phrases and epoxy dots that can kind of help with some of that. So like that. That fills in that space just fine. Now I'm going to do this package maybe right here. Just kind of vary things a little bit. And I have this small stocking with the stuff sticking out of it. And it might be cute right here. Kind of partly on and partly off. I have some hearts and stars. I think this yellow, the only other yellow in the whole scene is this guy's beak, and maybe there, and I'm just I'm putting liquid glue, and then I'm putting the items lightly down. Here I'm gonna put this kind of halfway on, and this one will be down on the bottom. So they will be my overlapping hearts. There. Another star in a color that's not necessarily anywhere else. I guess on this guy's scarf. I will put him right there. And I have another heart. Where do I want this heart? There's a lot of blue over here, and that's kind of good for that. I will put it right there. And I've got a little greenery sprig here that I can kind of tuck in under there just as a little extra detail. And I have a little tree right here that I can put here. I have this, which I got off a branding strip of a totally different collection. It was a crepe paper collection, and it says Mary, Mary, Mary. And I kind of like that. I'm going to put some foam behind it. It's Mittens and Mistletoe is the collection that came from. This doesn't give you too much of an idea, but it's on cork, which I really love. Okay, let's maybe put this guy someplace else. I'm going to put this here, and maybe I'll put this guy here. What do I need? I'm going to add a few of, I like this little Merry Christmas strip. This is from a 49 and Market collection that also came in a Mind the Scrap kit. I'm going to move that up a bit so it doesn't interfere with the top of that T. And I have deck the halls, which kind of works down here. And then peace and joy. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to lift this up and put peace and joy here because it's blue. And then deck the halls maybe can go. Okay, that guy's moving around. I'm going to move him closer there and kind of curl that up a bit. I'm going to run it right across these guys. What I want to do is to take a white pen and add some detail to the leaves. Kind of like so. And I ran them the wrong way there, but and it's not coming out. This ink on top of the oxide ink it's not coming out solid, and that's okay. I just kind of want kind of very subtle detail. And it's okay if it looks scratchy. And I'm gonna it'll look very abstract, I think. And I'm just scratching. If I don't have a whole leaf, I'm kind of scratching just some lines so that you get the idea that it's part of a leaf. I like this much better. That may not end up being one of my favorite stencils, but I'm determined to find a way that I would like it. Maybe some texture paste running through it, and I could give the leaves some texture with the way that I scrape the texture paste on. Now here, this doesn't look at all like a leaf because of the way I placed the stencil. And I'm going to go here, there, and there. Okay, I think it looks a little more like leaves. This is bothering me that I don't have anything right there. And let me see if I have an image that is that would work. That would work there. Or would I prefer this little guy popping out of a box? It's almost too big. I think I like the proportions of this one better. I didn't use these, and I don't think I have any particular use for them. What I like those for is kind of inserting under there, but as a layer, but I don't think I need that here. Let's see, this is another guy that's exactly like that one, so don't want to use it. Here's that one, here's this one. I've already got something there. Let me put this pink heart there. Maybe, come on. Okay, now I'm going to finish this off. I kind of like this guy maybe peeking out from under here, this little mouse. So I'm going to do that. I wanted to use as many of these as possible. And this still doesn't, that could work right there. I'm going to do that. I love the idea of the critters popping out of the boxes. Now look, my deck the halls is kind of gonna get lost in the shuffle here, so I'm gonna put that there, and I'll put deck the halls somewhere else. Maybe right, you know, I don't have to use it, right? Oh, here's a cute little bear that's kind of different. That works. And I might just put deck the halls right here. Let me get this guy on some foam, and then I'm done. I'm truly done. I think the only thing that I'm going to leave kind of open, what happened here? I didn't have enough glue, or I moved it before it was set. Okay, and here was this where I was thinking of putting it? I guess so. And now I'm just gonna dot these around in different spots. Kind of and I'm going to put them all on the white part. I got a little extra stenciling in a place that I don't necessarily want it. I wonder if this star could cover that up. I think it can. There we go. Problem solved. And was that, okay, I have 3 more of these. Let's put that one there. This one maybe here where the star was. Another one here. And we're done. I think this page is finished. I thank you very much for watching. This is not my favorite page that I've ever done. I will just kind of say that to you. I like it because I love that photo of Katie. I'm going to add another heart here, an overlapping heart in a contrasting color. Let's see. I'm going to go with there's a kind of an orangey look there. I'm going to go with this orange one. And I'm going to tuck a few more in to add some different colors. No, I'm not. I just, when I'm not happy with the page, I just keep thinking I want to add more stuff, and that seldom is a good solution. So I'm going to leave it like it is. Not a great idea. I'm not sure how this can inspire you. In other words, why I would put it on my YouTube channel. Other than, I don't think it was a bad idea, but I'll bet there are a lot of you out there who could execute it better than I did here. I would not use the stencil again, for example, and I would probably make this more of a centerpiece on the page and add more pattern paper behind the photo, and just use a few of these icon ephemera pieces. So I don't know. I do like the background there. I have moved the camera. I do like the background, but I'm not sure I like anything else. So I thank you very much for watching.